You treat people how you want to be treated, they have no choice but to treat you the same way, or they will remove themselves because they're not in alignment with you. Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance, and that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So with that being said, because there is no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, let it fly. But most importantly, grab your pen and your paper and be prepared to take notes. In this video specifically, we're going to talk about why it's so important to treat yourself how you want to treat others and to treat people how you want to be treated. Hopefully that's not too confusing, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, and some disclaimers. The main reason why, so starting off with the disclaimer, starting off with the awareness. When you treat yourself with respect, love, integrity, and all of these good things, everybody else around you has no choice. And the reason why they don't have any choice is because you cannot pretend to be something that you're not, and nobody is obligated to be in your life. When you know who you are, when you love yourself, when you have confidence, when you take care of yourself, whether it's emotionally, physically, financially, or spiritually, people have a choice to decide that either A, they're going to respect you by respecting themselves, or B, maybe they don't respect themselves, so they're not going to respect you. And once you realize that certain people don't want to respect you, once you realize that certain people don't want to appreciate you, once you realize that certain people aren't willing to meet you where you are, once you realize that some people are not willing to be patient, you don't have to be exposed with them. You don't have to engage with them. You don't have to surround yourself with them. I have never encountered anybody who, when I treated myself and I loved myself, treated me less than. The only people who thought, which they didn't do, it was okay to treat me less than were people who were not compatible with me, people who are not for me. If me loving myself causes you to disrespect me because you have insecurities or you have things that you need to work on, internal issues, or maybe you're envious or low self-esteem, I'm not for you, you're not for me, and that's okay. But when you choose to love yourself, when you choose to put yourself first, when you're respectful and kind and nice to yourself, why would people not do the same thing? We are all energy at the end of the day. Everyone carries a certain energy. Everyone carries a certain frequency, regardless of what you want to believe in. Even when you have differences with people, I don't always agree with people. People are not going to always agree with me, but it's about respecting each other's differences. It's about understanding where people are coming from and allowing people to be who they are. You could disagree with people and still respect them. The only time you're going to try to disagree with people or not, respect them for what they believe and what they want to do in is if you don't want to. Once you make it clear that you don't care about yourself or you don't respect yourself, what other people think is literally just an opinion. So it's like you need to always treat yourself how you want to be treated. That's the first thing that you need to be aware of. The second thing you need to be aware of is that it's a choice. When you choose to respect yourself, you're choosing to take care of yourself. You're choosing to be kind to yourself. You're choosing to give yourself grace. You're choosing to be mindful. You're learning information that resonates with you. You're unlearning information that no longer resonates with you. Nobody is forcing you. Nobody is obligated. And that's the same thing with certain people, places, and things. If people choose not to do something, they don't have to. But it's like, if you choose yourself, if you make yourself a priority, if you don't play about yourself, if you have certain boundaries, you have certain respect for yourself, it's non-negotiable. So you have to be okay with people not choosing themselves. It's not always about you. What other people do is not always about you personally. Like when people attack you, when people try to come for you, it's not always about you. It's about what's inside of them. And I'm going to say that again. Sometimes when people do things towards you, sorry you guys, I got a message and this is real time. Hold on you guys, hold on. But anyways, sometimes when people do negative things towards you, thank you for being patient. It's not always about you. It's because people are dealing with their own internal issues. So when people send evil eye, when people are envious of you, when people are jealous of you, it's their own internal issues that they're dealing with. And unless they're willing to confess, unless they're willing to admit or acknowledge it or seek help, seek therapy, go to God, ancestors, universe, whatever they want to believe in, they're constantly going to project that and they're going to block and sabotage. But it's like, why surround yourself with people once you realize that they're sabotaging themselves if they don't want want the help. They don't want the resources. We can't make people do things that they don't want to do. So the third thing that you need to be aware of is that when you do choose yourself, you're only going to be surrounded by things that are in alignment with you, and you'll be able to use your discernment. That's when you become wiser. That's when you know when somebody's for you. That's when you know when somebody's not for you. You don't have to go back and forth. You don't have to debate. Like I said, it's non-negotiable. It is what it is. You stand on certain principles because you're entitled to. So lastly, the fifth thing that you need to be aware of, and we're going to start talking about the recommendations, is knowing that it's okay to choose yourself. It's not a crime for putting yourself first. You guys, my camera got cut off. It's nothing wrong with you making yourself a priority, because if you don't genuinely love yourself, if you don't take care of yourself, who is going to be there for you? How do you expect other people, whether it's in jobs, opportunities, relationships, family and friends, to be there for you if you're not there for yourself genuinely? That's why a lot of people struggle with codependency. That's why a lot of people have attachment issues, because they're not in a relationship with themselves. They don't know who they are. They're expecting other people to coddle them and to be there for them. And it's like, it's not fair to the other end. If you want to be in a relationship with somebody and it's healthy and it's genuine, you have to do your part, and they will do their part. And that's when you guys come together. But you treating yourself with respect is not a problem. The only people who have a problem with you respecting yourself are people who lack respect. Now, if you lack respect and you want to learn how to respect yourself, let me know. We can make that into a separate video. But now, getting into the recommendations. The first thing that I recommend to you when you put yourself first is not caring about how other people perceive you. So what? People want to judge you. So what? People want to talk about you. People are going to talk about you when you're alive. People are going to talk about you when you're dead. You have to be okay with your perception of life, because you get to define what your life is. People don't even know you. Even when you have conversations with people, even when you talk to people, even when you tell certain people certain things, that does not give them the authority or the entitlement over your life to judge you or speak on you. Because when someone cares about you, when somebody respects you, when you tell them information, they're not going to use it against you. When you tell people information and they use it against you, they were never for you in the first place. When you confide in people, they're not going to move weird. You feel me? When you confide in people, they're not going to use the information against you. People who use information against you are people that were never for you in the first place. Like I said, when people have respect for themselves and you're vulnerable, you're honest, you're being sensitive about certain things, they're not going to be like, oh, that's a weakness. Oh, they're not going to do that. The second thing that you need to be reminded of is that when you are choosing yourself and you're not worried about how you're being perceived, you're okay with being alone. You're okay with maybe not being around people all the time. Everything may not be for you because you don't like everything. You don't agree with everybody. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't make you better. Like, there are certain things I agree with. There are certain things I don't agree with. I know where I'm welcome. I know where I'm meant to be. When you realize that there is a certain place and a certain time and a certain community and certain people who want to resonate with you, you're not worried. You don't have time to be focusing on things that are not for you, because at this point, it's a distraction. If you know you're minding your business, if you know you're good to yourself, if you know you pay your bills, you know you take care of yourself, you know you write your taxes, you pay your taxes, should it matter? If people are not pouring into you, financing you, feeding you, educating you, or uplifting you, it doesn't matter. You're the only person who's supposed to care about what you think of yourself before anybody else, other than if you believe in like God, ancestors, universe. You're supposed to know what you know. Treat people how you want to be treated. I'm telling you guys from experience. Every single time I treated myself with love and respect, it just let me know a lot of people in this world, they don't respect themselves. A lot of people in this world don't love themselves. Because if you love yourself and you respect yourself, you're not going to bully people. I've never been bullied. I've had people do like low vibrational things like gossip, spread rumors. But once again, it just let me know like you have no respect for yourself. And this is why I've never allowed people who didn't have a certain level of respect for themselves to make me feel any type of way. Because it's just like, look at how you act. You talk about other people. You fall out with people and you tell their business. You make fun of people for not having certain things. That's not cool. It's never been cool to me. When I treat myself with love and respect, the people who don't treat me with love, like I said, they don't have no, because you cannot project something that's not inside of you. People project what they know, what they've been taught, and what they've been exposed. And once again, if you haven't been taught and shown how to respect yourself, like I said, and you want me to break that into a separate video, let me know. You want to learn how to be confident? Let me know, because that's what we're here for. We're here to talk about certain things. But it's like, just because you weren't taught and shown how to do certain things doesn't mean that you can't unlearn and learn. Because everyone can learn from any and everybody. So the third recommendation, or the fourth recommendation, I forgot what number I was at, is knowing that when you treat yourself how you want to be treated in others, you're only going to be surrounded by like-minded people. You're only going to have a high vibration. You're only going to have peace and love. If you want peace of mind and other people choose peace, that's all you're going to deal with. Even when you guys have differences, even when you guys, are not on the same page. If people don't want to agree with you, they don't have to. But going back and forth, allowing people to be rude, allowing people to be disrespectful when you don't have to tolerate those things, when you don't have to engage with those things, it's not going to help you. You don't have to focus on that. You don't have to surround yourself with those things. Treat people, I'm telling you guys, and let me know from experience, when you start loving yourself, you start pouring into yourself, pay attention. Because lastly, the recommendation is going to let you know who's for you and who's not. If you loving yourself causes people to be weird towards you, they're not for you. And like I said, as long as you guys are not in physical harm, what people say, what people do, it's not going to move anything. And even when they try to do certain things, people are going to learn you can't mess with certain people. Karma is real. And what I mean by karma is what you put out, it does come back to you. It does take some time. Sometimes you may witness it, sometimes you may hear about it, or sometimes you won't. As long as you treat yourself how you want to be treated, the world has no choice but to move around. So I challenge you guys, and your homework assignment is to figure out some things that you like to do, and to embrace those things, to work on those things, and to incorporate it in your life. So have self-care days, self-love days, find some things that make you feel good about yourself, and pay attention to how people operate. If people want to say, oh, you changed, or you think you know everything, cut them off. Stop going back and forth with people. Stop wasting your time. So thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for liking. Thank you for engaging. Thank you for turning on your post notifications, okay, and subscribing and liking the video. I think I've already said that. As well as follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information will be down in the description box below. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, okay? DM me on Instagram if you have questions, comments, concerns. Follow me on my Instagram and my TikTok. I will be going live, answering whatever questions that I answer in the comment section down below, as well as booking your service in your session where it's more vulnerable, more one-on-one, and more personal. And your homework assignment and your challenge is due in the comment section at the end of this video or in the next video. But yeah, okay, when you treat yourself how you want to be treated, and when you treat yourself how you want to be treated to other people, they have no choice. Okay, love you, bye.